What if I told you your house is secretly plotting against you right now? There are rooms in your home that are basically freeloaders. They're taking up space and they're costing you money and they're giving you absolutely nothing in return. I'm Blake, built by Becker, and I've been designing and renovating homes for over 10 years, and I've seen more wasted square footage than a city planner with commitment issues. But today, I'm going to expose the 6 biggest space thieves in your home. Stick with me till the end of this video, and you'll know exactly how to reclaim hundreds of square feet without knocking down a single wall or calling a contractor. We're talking about making your home feel twice as nice and twice as big without spending twice as much. These 6 features have been sucking the life out of your home's potential, but once you know what to look for, they're actually pretty easy to deal with. Number 1, space waster, the never used formal dining room. Let me paint you a picture. You got this beautiful dining room with a table that could seat an entire cast of Game of Thrones, complete with matching chairs that probably cost more than your first car. It's got fancy lighting, maybe even a beautiful chandelier that makes you feel like royalty every time you walk past it. There's just one tiny problem. You eat there about as often as Halley's Comet shows up. This room has become the world's most expensive storage unit for Amazon packages and that exercise bike you swore you'd use. Meanwhile, you're eating dinner, hunched over your coffee table like some sort of modern caveman because your actual living space feels cramped. Here's the thing about formal dining rooms. They were designed for a lifestyle that most of us just don't live anymore. Unless you're regularly hosting dinner parties or have a family of 12, this room is doing you absolutely nothing except making your mortgage payment a little bit higher. How do you fix it? Easy. Transform this space into something that you will actually use every single day. Think about what your life actually needs. Maybe become a library where you can display all those books you've been buying and meaning to read, complete with a hidden extending table for when you do need dining space. Or turn it into a co-working zone, place where you can spread out your laptop, your papers, creative chaos without taking over the kitchen counter. Space wasting space. Number 2, oversized entries. Walk into some homes and you'll feel like an entryway so grand it makes an airplane hangar look cozy. We're talking about double height foyers that echo when you drop your keys, entrance halls wide enough to park a small aircraft, and staircase that spiral up like you're in a Disney movie. Don't get me wrong, there's something undeniably impressive about a dramatic entrance. But let me tell you the brutal truth. After the first wow moment, these spaces become expensive air museums. They're too big to feel cozy, too echoey to be comfortable, and too impractical to serve any real purpose other than making your heating bill cry. At the end, you're paying premium square footage prices for what is essentially a really expensive hallway, and it doesn't make any sense. Luckily for you, there are several ways to tame that. If you've got crazy high ceilings, add a loft space above the entrance. Suddenly, you've got a reading nook, home office, or even extra storage that doesn't need to eat into your main living areas. But if structural changes aren't in the budget, work with what you got. Fill that vertical space with purpose. Floor-to-ceiling bookshelves, a dramatic art installation, or some statement lighting that serves both function and focal point. The goal is to make every cubic foot earn its keep instead of just existing to impress the pizza delivery guy. Space number 3, the dead corner in the living room. So every living room has that one corner. That corner. It's too far from the TV to be useful for watching anything. It's too dark for reading. It's too awkward for conversation. It's too empty to feel intentional. It just sits there, mocking you with its wasted potential. Usually, this corner becomes a black hole for random stuff, a sad plant slowly dying from neglect. Or perhaps it's just where you've temporarily placed a pile of mail from 3 weeks ago. Either way, it's prime real estate that's performing like a vacant lot in Detroit. So why not fix it? Turn that dead zone into something. There are some good options like built-in reading nooks. Imagine having a cozy spot with a perfect lighting and a built-in storage for your books. If you're more of a social butterfly, maybe a good choice is creating a vertical bar where you can actually entertain your guest. Now, for those who work from home, this corner could be a compact office setup that doesn't really take over your entire living room. The key is thinking vertically and making sure whatever you put there has a clear and specific purpose that adds value to your daily life. Space waster number 4, rooms that are barely used. Let's do some quick math. If you use your guest room 5 weekends a year, that's roughly 1.4% of the time. For the other 98.6% of the year, you're essentially paying mortgage, insurance, and utilities on a very expensive storage closet that occasionally makes you feel guilty about not having any visitors. I get it. Hospitality is important, and there's something reassuring about having a dedicated space for your guest. But if we're being honest, most guest rooms spend more time housing exercise equipment, seasonal decorations, and that treadmill you bought bought during your New Year's resolution phase than they actually do hosting guests. Now I know this is just as important to you, so here's my proposal. A dual purpose room that works for you 365 days a year, not just when your mother-in-law visits. A home gym with the Murphy bed means you can get your workout in daily and still accommodate an overnight stay. Or set up a hobby space with a stylish day bed. You get a dedicated area for your crafts, projects, or side business, plus guest sleeping when necessary. The secret is choosing furniture that transforms. Ottoman beds, convertible desk, and modular seating means your space can shift from a personal to a guest accommodation in just minutes. Space waster number 5, the oversized master bathroom. Some master bathrooms are so big you could host a small wedding reception in them. We're talking about double vanities that could accommodate a family of 8, soaking tubs big enough for a small dinner party, and shower stalls with more square footage than some New York apartments. But hey, unless you're running a spa or you've got some very unusual hygiene requirements, most of that space is just expensive emptiness. You're probably using 30% of that bathroom's potential, while the other 70% just sits there looking pretty and driving up your property taxes. What should you do instead? Rethink your proportions based on how you actually live. Do you really need 2 sinks if you're single, or if your partner gets ready at a different time? Could that massive tub space become a linen closet with potential of extra storage capacity? With that extra space, could you have a walk-in closet or even a small office nook in your bedroom? The goal is to right-size your bathroom to match your actual needs while repurposing the excess space for something that you'll use every single day. And lastly, number 6, hallways that go nowhere. Some hallways take forever to get to the point, and by the time you're done, you've forgotten why you started listening in the first place. Kind of like this video. These corridors that seem to stretch on forever, connecting rooms in the most inefficient way, possibly while providing absolutely no function beyond being an expensive pathway. You're literally paying a premium price for what amounts to an indoor sidewalk. It's like buying a house and discovering that 15% of your square footage is just designed for you to get from point A to point B without any stops or usefulness along the way. I really hate that. But let's turn it into something actually useful. Wide corridors can accommodate floating desks, creating workspaces that don't steal from your main living areas. Narrow hallways can become gallery walls that actually serve a purpose. Or add floor-to-ceiling shelving for books, linens, or whatever storage you're lacking elsewhere. And if you're really ambitious and own your home, think about whether these hallways could be eliminated entirely through strategic wall removal. Sometimes the best fix for wasted space is making it disappear altogether. And why? Because every single square foot you're paying for should either serve a clear purpose or bring you genuine joy, preferably both. You don't need to add square footage to make your home feel bigger. You just need to make sure every inch you already have is pulling its own weight. Until next time, I'm Blake from Built by Becker.